Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic, two of the best players of this generation. One that's a top 10 player, in my opinion, Nikola Jokic, and another that's close to a top 10 player in Joel Embiid. And in this video, I'm finna think who is the better player, Nikola Jokic or Joel Embiid. Alright, this is my first video, y'all, so I'm trying to get in the hang of it. I'm making a video about NBA videos and to see who's better, who's overrated, who's underrated, and what's going on around the NBA world. So before I hit this video, make sure y'all like and subscribe to my channel. And I have an Instagram. My Instagram is EasyDoor24. So if you like to follow me, go on ahead. Now let's get on with this video. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid are easily two of the best centers in the league. On the left, you got Nikola Jokic, who's one of the best playmakers in the league and one of the most skilled bigs that we ever seen. As he was even a second round pick, I think back in 2014. Yeah, 2014. As people didn't really know who he was. But until we got to his third season, he averaged 19 points, just under 12 rebounds and 6 assists, shot 57% from the field, 32% from 3, 84% from the free throw line. And he kept getting better and better every season. And in 2019, he led the Denver Nuggets to the playoffs for the first time since 2013, where they had a 59-23 record. But they went out in a heartbreaking 7 games against the Portland Trail Blazers. And then next year, Joel Embiid. Next year, Nikola Jokic had another great season as he averaged 20 points, just under 11 rebounds and 6 assists, shot 50% from the field and 36% from 3. He attempted 3 threes a game and shot 80% from the free throw line. And we get to the playoffs though. Joel Embiid, he really turned it up as he averaged 24 points, 12 rebounds and 6 assists, shot 52% from the field and 43% from 3 and 83% from the free throw line. And the Nuggets, though they went out against the Los Angeles Lakers in 5 games in the Western Conference Finals, but they are the first team ever, and I mean ever, to come back from not one but 2 3-1 lead deficits. They even came back 3-1 against a team that was favored to win the whole damn thing in Los Angeles Clippers, but that's talk for another video. But Nikola Jokic is easily one of the best passing big men in the league, and I say he could be one of the best playmakers in the league. Because Joel Embiid, he's having one hell of a season. But this year, Joel Embiid's had one hell of a season as he's averaging 26 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists. Yes, 11 assists for a big man, shooting 58% from the field, 44% from 3, and 78% from the free throw line. He's averaging triple doubles. And though the Nuggets are not playing that great, because they are having like a 33-5 record, but hey, it's the beginning of the season. They'll get their act together. We've seen the Nuggets do it before. They came back from 2-3-1 leads, so you already know they got some up their sleeve. Mike Malone, you also have Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and then some other role players, because they just lost Jeremy Grant, so that might hurt them a little bit on the defensive side of the ball. And now I'll talk about Joker's strengths, but I can't talk about, I gotta talk about his weaknesses. On his defense, he's not really that great. In some games, he could be such of a liability. But I'm not saying he's a horrible defender, because they seen that in the playoffs. Then on offense, he is just unstoppable. Like, I mean, nobody can guard him. Put AD on him, he worked him. Put Zubac on him, he worked him. Put Harrell on him, obviously, he worked him. And he could still get his buckets. And obviously, he can't double team him because he got shooters all around him, because he's a great playmaker. So it's going to be tough to double team him. He'll even throw in Rudy Gobert on him, he worked him. So no matter who you put on him, the Joker could still get his buckets. But to the next player, Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is easily, without one of the most dominant players in the league. Yes, in the league. As Joel Embiid, he's having one hell of a career, making the All-Star team 3 times, an All-NBA team member, and an All-Defensive team member, and is leading his 76ers team to a good record. And people really didn't think that Joel Embiid would be as great in his rookie season, but he averaged 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Yes, 3 blocks. Shot 46% from the field and 37% from 3. So Joel Embiid was that dominant in his rookie season. Like, for real. Probably one of the best rookie seasons, even though he didn't play his first 2 years due to a foot injury. But that was his official rookie season. And he was that dominant. But when we go to 36 minutes per game, he averaged 28 points, 11 rebounds, and just under 4 blocks a game. So Joel Embiid, I kind of picked him in that 27 season to be an all-star. But he didn't get it. But the next year he got it, as he averaged 24 points, just under 12 rebounds, and 4 assists. Just under 4 assists. Shot 48% from the field and 34% from 3. And just under 79% from the free throw line. So Joel Embiid, he's having one hell of a career. And then we go to 2019. He had one of the best seasons of his career. Averaged 27 points. But they did go out in a heartbreaking 7-game series against the Toronto Raptors. We all know what happened. Kawhi Leonard. That's another topic for another video. But Joel Embiid this season is playing great. Averaging 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists, and 2 blocks. Shooting 52% from the field, 46% from 3, and 83% from the free throw line. And Joel Embiid is having his leadership skills better, as the Sixers have the best record in the East over teams like the Nets, Bucks, and the Celtics. Like last year, the 76ers were a disappointment, but they're looking to get it together after trading Al Horford's horrible contract, because that contract was straight up ass. But we got to worry about Joel Embiid's health, because Joel Embiid, sure, he's been dominant, but Joel Embiid is kind of injury prone, because in the NBA season, he has had one season playing over 70 games. And that video of Joel Embiid eating a cheeseburger after tip-off, that shit was kind of funny as hell, no cap. Even Charles Barkley and them inside the NBA was making fun of Joel for eating a cheeseburger before the tip-off. So that could be real concerned about Joel Embiid's health. He need to drop that shit down so he can stay healthy for the regular season, especially the postseason. But Joel Embiid, he's still one of the best players in the league. He can still get his buckets. And he can also find his teammates a little bit too. Because his ball handling skills are kind of underrated. And you already know he can shoot that motherfucker too. Yeah. And he can shoot that bitch too. He's a bad man. But in conclusion, who do I think is the better player? Nikola Jokic or Joel Embiid? And the answer to that is Nikola Jokic. Sure, Joel Embiid, a lot of people are going to say this. Joel Embiid is better on the defensive side, and he's more dominant and physical. But the Joker, he can mostly do everything. He can play make, he can shoot, and he can shoot better than Joel. Now, sure, Joel's got a better post game, but the Joker, he also got a post game under his sleeve, and he also has more playoff success than Joel Embiid, as Jokic made it at least to the conference finals, and Joel Embiid hasn't got to conference finals yet. But Joel, he still got enough time to prove himself. But the Jokic, he already proved himself what he could do as a number one option, and he's a better leader than Joel, obviously. And like I said, he's better on the offensive side, and he could lead his team to more wins than Joel Embiid. And then whoever I could rather have on my team as a center, I'll take the Joker, to be real. And we gotta be real. Joel Embiid kind of does underperform in the playoffs. But in conclusion, make sure y'all like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button.